it can only like
Yeah,
protect him for
just a
so
lot of
long.
stuff. Looks like he is using the BKB to full effect right now. That Tinker probably is gonna die. There we go. Oh my god, plus a 600 something damage
Yeah, it was
on
a
that freaking
six six
adaptive
six.
strike. That's Demon for you, but Demon is not the one that's. Yeah. Anyways, looks like Twisted is gonna get pretty hard. Looks like Tinker backstabbing, and I just feel Nirvana or whatever they're doing. Oh, they actually get a triple kill out there. They're gonna get a ultra kill. Never mind. I was just gonna say they're playing like dumbasses, going 1v3, but never mind. He's Morphling. He can do whatever he wants.
And yeah, Morphling's illusion actually ended up killing a Juggernaut there, while he went off and killed like Tinker. So, it's basically GG at this point. They're just gonna rax them. Doom's
Yeah,
gonna do some backdooring.
going back to
Sorry there.
yeah, no problem. Going back to the BKB hating there, I feel that if he gone for some lifesteal, I mean, he's not gonna die in one hit. I don't think. If he actually gets a satanic some point, that could really spell GG already. But it doesn't matter. The game is over at this point.
Yeah, yeah. I think the only other thing than BKB would have been the lifesteal. And for those of you guys who don't know, Scotty on a ranged hero does stack with lifesteal, so we're not crazy. Um,
Yeah. But I think the
so
most important thing to mention at this point of the game is that you can see a Crystal Maiden on top, desperately trying to finish this pipe before the game ends, because it's really epic that we ever gonna see a pipe on Crystal Maiden. But looks like the Sentinel just got mega creeped, and that's already GG. There's some fountain farming going on, but it don't matter.
yeah, it looks like Morphling's gonna TP out. Make sure he doesn't lose his dignity by dying. Um, So, how do you think the early game translated into the late game for both teams? Or you can talk about the
Um,
Sentinel. I'll talk about the Scourge, I guess.
Yeah, it's like what you said, that the Potom spent a little bit too much time ganking around. Potom, I mean, one of the best ganking hero out there, but um, especially when there was a witch doctor in his lane, and he was the one that was running around to get the runes. And I
Oh,
mean, I just felt that there's the wrong distribution of the gold and the experience, and you can see that Morphling
Divine
stabbing me and
Rapier.
getting a divine rapier, you know. Yeah, I think and those three like six early towers that they lost, I don't think they really try to defend at this point. I mean, that Earthshaker, I didn't see him TPing in. I mean, if there's an Earthshaker on the other side, it's pretty hard to push against it. And I think those six towers really like turned the tide of the game. That allowed the Sand King to get an early dagger. And the other side, that the Earthshaker got a dagger really late. And when you have a late dagger on Earthshaker, it's just not too effective. And he's barely level 18, so I mean, 20 or 30 minutes into the game earlier, he was like level 12, level 11. So his spells don't even hurt that much. And I think the support players really lost it for the Sentinel in that point. And of course, there's a lot of questionable item choice as well. The Tinker getting a Blink Dagger. The Soul Ring, I mean, it's could be debated whether that's good or bad, but the Blink Dagger, I just don't see um, anything useful. The Potom, although has some items, doesn't have any plus damage. And finally, what's the last one I haven't ragged on?
the
The
Witch
Witch
Doctor.
Doctor. Yeah, well, he got earned BKB, but yeah, I mean, nothing wrong there.
Yeah,
Oh,
that's the
sorry,
thing
sorry.
right there.
One
If
last
if if that BKB was like a butterfly for Potom, it when the Witch Doctor would have been roaming rather than the Potom, it could have just been that much more better for
Exactly.
the Sentinel team.
Exactly.
Um,
And I don't know what Patch Cat was smoking. If he could deny himself with illusion, why do you go for Wind Run, Wind Walk, like 40 minutes into the game after SNY? SNY helps you through your mid game. You probably should have went for your butterfly at that point. So I don't know. That's what I think about the Sentinel. What do you think about Scourge?
just not too much to say. I guess despite the early harassment on the Puck and the Sand King, they really came back. They rebounded really well. I think Doom really, just gave a really nice foundation for the Sentinel team. He got a really nice early tower. He did some tower diving, but he did take out heroes like Juggernaut, Earthshaker, just preventing them to get that, their key items, just sapping gold bit by bit away from them. And that kind of gave time for Sand King and Puck, to get some farm, things like that. Meanwhile, Morphling, I don't think there was enough of an attempt to stop Morphling. They were just killing, as I was saying, they were going for, SK and Puck too much, and Morphling just got ridiculously farmed, Azen. And it looks like Cassandra does have her pipe now, so GG
GG.
Cassandra.
When your Crystal Maiden has pipe, you should just type out. I mean, that's just more embarrassment than anything else.
Um, yeah, there's not much else to say. It looks like she has 22 wards, so that's also indicative of, you know, it looks like Puck's got 6 wards, Crystal Maiden's got 22, so 28 in total, and there's 24 for the Sentinel team. So it actually, on second thought, it's kind of balanced in terms of the warding, um, and it definitely paying off. You know, giving vision of heroes coming in for ganks, showing Roshan, things like that. But I don't think it was as indicative in most games. Like the wards didn't play too much of a role. Um, it did tell heroes to back out, things like that. They had a lot of these passive offensive wards, like you were saying. You know, just kind of like stay back, things like that.
Yeah, but I think once that Morphling just got too strong with his BOT and ultimate, just mass farming throughout the map, the wards just, I mean, you can't really ward
Yeah.
in the middle of a lane. You know he's coming, but what can you do? And that's the dilemma that the Sentinel team was dealing with, and I think that's all I have to say.
Yeah, despite being a long game, I'm surprised there isn't just anything to talk about other than ragging on that Blink Dagger and I guess Juggernaut's item choices as well. The Scourge items, yeah, the Scourge items are pretty typical, I guess. Lucifer just playing a hardcore tank in this case. Other items are pretty staple, obviously the Pipe on Crystal Maiden and the Divine Reaper Arm Morphling, always good choices.
One item I want to talk about is that I noticed both on Earthshaker and on the Crystal Maiden is that throughout the mid game, even when they have a lot of HP and mana ready, I still see them carrying clarities around. Especially that Crystal Maiden, he was actually clearing the salve around too for his teammates. So I mean, if you can't farm up for that urn, but you still want to support your team like just about a little bit. I guess one way is to carry up a salve. I mean, a little bit counts. So.
Oh yeah, I really noticed that clarity too. And I guess that's it. So hope you guys enjoyed. This is Stalker signing off, and Luminous. GG.
GG.